every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. This year I think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day.
All right. Good morning. It's Sunday, 12/21, December 21, 2025, and it's 9:07 in the morning. Yes, I'm here. The first one in was Plotter this morning. I see you. Good morning. It's Sunday. Yeah, I'm calling this messy mocha. Don't know how messy I'm going to get, but I had a good night's rest, and I've had a half a cup of coffee already. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Just waiting for a few people to come in to the bear cave, and I'm going to play some Christmas music. This morning I can play a request as well, but let's just kind of wait and see. You know, I did. So this morning, again, I've been up. I get up early. You know, what can I say? I was up, after 6:00 this morning, and after I, got out, got my coffee, I did listen to a YouTube video. I listened to part of Maggie's. You get up at 4 a.m. Okay, Plotter. All right, so we got some early birds. Yeah, I'm an early bird too. Yeah. But anyway, so I thought, all right, let's see what Maggie was talking about, because I saw Cups up on her panel. And of course, I'm going, I was like, wow, she's up there for a long time. I like skimmed through without even listening. And I said, all right, so let's hear what she has to say. And they were talking about a lot of things and, going back in history and that. And Maggie said she's only been on this channel for 1 year and she wondered who was Monica. And I'm like, you really do have some catching up to do. And that's no, when a person comes over to a channel and, they're looking around and they wonder how all of these things have come about. Yeah. So you've got a lot of catching up to do. And so cups could definitely help to catch her up. Yeah, you haven't wait a minute, you haven't listened to a lot of videos. Well, Monica, she's not, on YouTube daily, but her YouTube channel, the last time I looked, and it's been a while, but it's still up there. Her channel was called All About the Tea. And this really goes back to 2021. But you know what? So I was listening to a lot of this that Cups was saying, talking about the troll farm. And again, I used to think that, well, I didn't even know what a troll farm was. But over the years, what I've seen and what I think troll farms are about and what they do, it's called patterns for me. So I've seen these patterns over the year, and it's a process. And it does show that certain people coalesced around, either an idea, which would include a content creator. I heard Cups talk about, this sector and what happened when Monica from All About the Tea, after her channel was taken down. Well, should we say taken down? Should we say her channel was removed? Her channel wasn't removed. But what happened is Nosy Whole Life started this search for unmasking the avatar. And it happened because of a panel member that was on All About the Tea regularly. And she was asked to spend more time on the channel. Her name was Plez. After Plez told Monica that, she would be basically cutting her hours back. All right. Jump forward. Monica and Plez came to some type of agreement. And the only thing that was at issue, that was the biggest issue, how much Plez would be, paid for her time. She asked for a little bit more. And Monica said that she was going to get back with her. Well, that time came and went. And then the following week, Plez decided to, officially give her notice. She gave her not last minute, but her last kind of talk about what happened. And yeah, she was very honest with her perspective of what happened. All right. Monica and the panel members, one by one, they fell apart. And they did. Well, Nosy Whole Life, she observed what was going on with Monica and Plez. And she decided, no, wait a minute. You're not going to, no, we got to know who this person is who is treating Plez like this. And so on her own, that's when Nosy Whole Life decided to, start this series, Unmasking the Avatar. Now, that would happen around, let's just say, April, May timeframe of 2021. Prior to that, 2020, Nosy Whole Life came on this platform. She'd been here, but she was on the platform and she started talking about Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty. That's one. She started talking about Tasha K or Unwind with Tasha K. She also attracted the attention of Jaguar Wright. All right. And Nosy Ho didn't realize that she had attracted the attention of others who were following her. She started to have a huge following. All right. She has that kind of personality that people wanted to hear what she said. It's very controversial. Mhm. She told her story about, her leaving Louisiana and basically as a young teenager going to New York. I'll say young, okay, somewhere in that area. All right. And she made it on her own in New York. She did some things and she, found out, you know, what the streets are all about. She has all that knowledge. And one of the things that Nosy Whole Life stood on, I think, was helping other young women, all right, escape the trap of, well, you know, I don't want to get into all of these, but attract women, young women who would, do the same thing, maybe leave home and they would get involved and attracted to a different side of life, we'll say, and bad people. But that's because they needed money and had no place to go. Sometimes shelters, sometimes, they'd be taken in and different things would happen, not good things. All right. So she was an advocate for young women who were victims of that. All right. And she would go on her YouTube or, be very outspoken. There was one young woman who was, incarcerated and there were others. I can't, don't want to go through all of this, but I have videos. All right. Anyway, during that time, back to 2022, there were a lot of people who, again, Nosy Whole Life caught the attention of. All right. And they were sharing information about Nosy Whole Life. They were trolling Nosy Whole Life in her channel. And some of those people are, these people are around. And some of those people followed over to Monica, all about the tea. And some of those same people followed over to Danielle's page, Black Rabbit's page. Okay. There's a lot of conversation that I could, talk about. Well, how did that happen? Or why did that happen? And when did that happen? And who are these people and all of this? All right. But there are dots to connect. All right. Nosy Whole Life, in her search to unmask the avatar, it gained so much traction. People were watching it every day. Somehow I wasn't. But I kept a lot of her videos because I thought I was going to go back to them one day. All right. My channel was young, and I had just started going live in the summer of 2021. But during one of the lives that Nosy Ho Live is, this is infamous. People still have either videos up, talked about it. It's the biggest mystery, but not so much as a mystery for some of us. Okay. One of the people that Nosy Ho Live thought was this avatar. Okay. She had talked about different, possibilities. Okay. Hit her link one night. All right. It was June the 18th. So Debonair was up on the panel as well. And this woman, her name was Monica or Monique Tolbert. People have seen Monica as a name too. Monica Allen. That's the All About the Teas name that she had up on her link when she was being interviewed. And it was inadvertently shown. But back to this June 18th. Miss Tolbert, Monique Tolbert, went on to defend her name to Nosy Ho Live and clear her name, saying that she was not this Monica of All About the Tea. Okay. She said she was watching her video, Nosy Ho Live's video. Nosy Ho Live said, well, you were watching my video? Again, I'm kind of skipping through some of the things. Yeah. I see you here. That's your avatar. This would only come after Miss Tolbert said she didn't have a YouTube channel. She didn't know about anything about YouTube. And her cousin, Kelly, contacted her to tell her, girl, they're talking about you. You need to get over there. So this was a cousin in Texas. This is what Miss Tolbert said. My cousin in Texas contacted me. Yet, this was a cousin that she hadn't spoken to in 3 years, who just so happened to be watching Nosy Ho Live's platform and just so happened got in touch with her cousin the same time, and it all just worked out. Out in the audience, also listening, was Black Rabbit. Black Rabbit basically said she saw this woman who was in trouble, and she wanted to help her. So what she did, she contacted Miss Tolbert the night that she was being interviewed or, up on Nosy Ho Live's platform. Yes, Black Rabbit got in touch with Monique Tolbert and somehow convinced her the same night so that it could be released the next day on her YouTube. A recorded interview of Monique Tolbert. This recorded interview came after Nosy Ho Live's interview. All right, up on Monique's platform. Black Rabbit asked Monique Tolbert questions because there was conversation like, after Monique Tolbert was off of Nosy Ho Live's platform, there were lots and lots of questions coming in the chat that seem to say, this seems like she's contradicting herself. So by her going on Black Rabbit's platform as a recorded call, she would have the opportunity to get the questions, go over everything, and clear up anything that seemed to be outside of, what people thought was true. One of those things that Miss Tolbert said is she wasn't this Monica. All right. Nosy Whole Live had asked her, she said, well, how did you know about it? She was getting ready to say, this is what, and everybody has this video. I've played it. Because my, all about the tea. There were a number of people who thought that's what she was going to say. Like, is there a connection? Are they cousins? Who is this? All right. Then, following that, Monique Tolbert got in touch with Nosy Whole Live. Nosy Whole Live recorded this conversation. And Nosy Whole Live was accused of basically, continuing the discussion about her for some money or, for clout, for, all of that. Little did she know that Nosy Whole Life had recorded this conversation. All right. Where's my Gatorade? No, where's my coffee? It's too early for Gatorade. Hold on for a second. Here's some more Christmas music. I'll be right back.
Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the windows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the January. Doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the windows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the January. Doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart. Here we go. All right. Dance, now this Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance. Come on. Dance. We're gonna dance.
We're going to dance. Okay, so everybody got your coffee, your tea. I know it's Sunday. You know what? It's like we need to just put all the different players, what their roles were, what, how it all came together. But anyway, all right. We need to also, when Monica was having this back and forth with Ples. Okay. Tasha K created a video, and I played a little snippet of that video at that time because I do remember that part. I don't know if I was doing shorts, but it was like a video. And Monica was like, well, what am I going to do? You know, she was interviewed by another individual too to explain her side and justify why, Ples was actually ended up being doxxed. And there's just a lot to this. But Tasha K told Monica, fire them all. Just basically clear the deck of the panel. Just move on. All right. So back to there's a lot to this. So anyway, after Black Rabbit interviewed Monique Tobert and asked her some questions about her father and the timing of one of the controversies, some vacation, and it kind of conflicted with, or it was Monica on vacation, were the two, were they one and the same, basically. And whether or not this was a big question that Nosy Whole Life had said on her platform while Miss Tobert was there, that she had multiple LLCs. Mm-hmm. And she was asking her about these LLCs that they had been looking, into. All right. That would be on the 18th, 19th, okay, 17, 18, 19, that weekend. All right. Black Rabbit continued to be in touch with Monique Tobert. Monique Tobert went to the police, made a report that she was basically, being, how can we say it, harassed, or yeah, she was, we'll just put it under that. All right, by people. This was, so you had Father's Day weekend. Okay. Father's Day 2021 was Sunday, June 20th. So you've got Nosy Hole Live Friday night, right? You've got Black Rabbit Saturday, 18th, 19th. That's why I say the 18th, because it rolled over to midnight. All these people were up. Okay. Nosy Hole Live's video, live went late. I wasn't watching it live, but that's what it was. And then on Sunday is when this individual that Black Rabbit talked about, a representative of, the family, Monica, were in touch. All right. That she was kind of like this spokesperson. Keep in mind these dates. All right. Then, after contact, reports, then Black Rabbit created a video. It was on June 23rd. On June 23rd, just a few days later, Black Rabbit came out with a warning. Yeah, the storm. It was called The Calm Before the Storm. Who is the storm? Who was coming? Nosy Whole Life was creating videos, and on her video that same day was a troll. That troll was Danny Robertson. I have the links. Or should I say allegedly? She had already been in the background following. But let's jump back to June 18th because you've got to know this. Monique Tobert, when asked questions, she said, I have a hope, a faith, a charity. That's not doxing. Okay? Monique Tobert came on and talked about her family, talked about her church, talked about her husband, talked about this, talked about that. Faith, hope, charity. All right. The one daughter that she never mentioned was Danielle Elizabeth Allen. So people don't understand how it would have even been a thought. Okay. Monique Tobert was also on a DM with Mika. Mika, see, we just got to talk about some of these people. Mika was Nosy Whole Life's chief investigator at some point. All right. So Mika was looking into the avatar. All right. Who dropped the link to Miss Tobert? How did she know to get on? Mika's, showed this in a conversation that she had with Miss Tobert. Miss Tobert expressed to Mika that I'm going to have who looking into this. Okay. She was upset that this was, the way Nosy Whole Life had, and so Deb had been, treating her on that panel. And she said she's going to have who looking into this. I haven't. Mm-hmm. Not long after the first appearance of Danny Robertson's channel, Truth Teller Danny appeared. One of the things that she said multiple times, that someone hurt someone she loved, right? I'm kind of jumping through this. She came on this platform for revenge. To avenge, her first target was Nosy Whole Life. It was 2 days. Well, let's see. Let's look at this. Because I made it a timeline thing. Just so people, this might help. If I still have it up. Which one was first? Okay. Nosy Whole Life interviews Monique Tobert, 618. That's what I'll just, this is better. Down the Rabbit Hole News interviews Monique Tobert, 618, 619. Releases it as alive. 623, Down the Rabbit Hole News, The Calm Before the Storm. Okay. Same day, 623, Kaiser Sose, Danny Robertson was seen live during Nosy Whole Life's chat trolling her. Okay. 624, David Johnson sent a letter to, or an email to, Cups of Conversation. This is where Cups of Conversation comes in. Right? A few days later, I was going to say a couple of days. A few days later, 627, Truth Teller Danny YouTube began. Okay. 7-5, not, within a week, David Johnson sends out an email blast to multiple YouTube content creators. Within that David Johnson letter were steps 1 through 10, 12, all of these things about Nosy Whole Life to dox her. Records were pulled up on Nosy Whole Life, marriage, those kinds of things that we see now. Okay. This, again, you have to look at patterns. Back then, we didn't know. All right. But this alias, David Johnson, appeared. All right. Nosy Whole Live on the 10th of July received this cease and desist letter with an ultimatum. You take down this, information about Monica, basically, or, we're coming after you. There was during that, let's see, 623, the Kaiser Sose, we're on our way with smoke. It was very symbolic, it was there in our face, but we just didn't know what it was. Okay. It was one of the cherished memes that Daniel Robertson uses. All right. That person, at the end of the movie disappears. All right. So 712, or let me go back. Nosy Whole Live made this video on that weekend. Reads the cease and desist letter that she thinks is, this troll, this Monica, whoever, disguised. Nosy Whole Live said in her own colorful language, what Monica could do with that cease and desist letter. She had received her warning. The calm before the storm. Black Rabbit said, I'm going to stay out of this. She talked about law enforcement, She said she wasn't going to talk about it anymore. But that only lasted a minute. Okay. Danny Robertson YouTube, her second channel, on July 12th. And that's when she would begin her series, Surviving Nosy Whole Life. First videos dropping July 14th. Okay. There's a lot of, things that happen all between there. Other players. All right. Other important ones that were also watching, talking about this takedown of Nosy Whole Life. It was developing. Nosy Whole Life was the target of multiple individuals, right? Somehow these individuals got together. A meeting of the minds, you could call it. That one definitely. There's so much material there that could show meeting of the mind. It only took 2 months to take down Nosy Whole Lives YouTube channels. She had 3. Her YouTube channel went down on August 27th, along with all of her videos. Okay. The people that contacted Cups of Conversations, they were, excited, happy that Nosy Whole Life, they use colorful language too in posts and in emails. Talk about Monique Tolbert was through different posts that people didn't know who they were, basically. After E comes F, with. During the summer of Daniel Robertson's reign of vengeance on the platform, multiple people associated with Nosy Whole Lives unmasking group, well, they were unmasked themselves because Danny Robertson went on a doxing spree tour. It was a reign of terror. That's what I'm going to call it. Because it instilled fear of what was to come. She was using an AI robotic, voice, or AI voice. Yeah. No one knew who she was. She came for vengeance. She talked about 17 families. But the one person she talked about the most, and other content creators, was Miss Tolbert. Okay. And Danny Robertson wanted an apology to be given to Miss Tolbert. And one by one, anyone who she thought was part of the unmasking of this avatar Monica, who she never went on her platform at the same time. They were both and still are anonymous. Okay. But one by one, the panelists that were on Monica's platform, with the exception of Bishop, because Bishop, I'm out. And the I'm out came when Black Rabbit contacted each of the panel members. Remember I talked about the bookends? Okay. Holding each of them accountable. And then Danny Robertson holding each and everyone accountable. Well, those panel members included. Do we know their names? We do. Should I name them? Oh. How long have I been on? 44 minutes. Marcella Princess, so debonair. Ooh, there was interviews with, again, anybody responsible that she felt owed an apology. Perry and Sherelle, who had Nosy Whole Live up on their platform after that. There were others. It's a long story. a falling out. Then there was tales in September of that year, but there was prior conflict. Hmm. Yeah. And then Cubs. Didn't hear her. Okay. 2021. There was this big chain of emails. This would be before this whole twin. Okay. Mm-hmm. If we really want to know the truth in this story. After Nosy Whole Life was banned from YouTube at that time, lost all of her channels, she went over to Twitch. The same group of people followed her over to Twitch and got her taken down on Twitch. The return of Nosy Whole Life taken down at the end of December. The same group of people targeted Nosy Whole Life. The same people who were involved in this David Johnson, also communications with Cubs. There were people on the party line. People don't understand when I talk about the party line. Okay. Nosy Whole Life was targeted multiple times. Okay. And the reign of terror was said it was going to come to an end. They had finished their work in January of 2022. The big announcement, I'm leaving YouTube. That would be Danny Robertson. I have other things I have to do. Goodbye. That farewell only lasted for a moment because the next target would be John Yates. There's other things in between. I'm talking about like petitions that caused her for the first time to talk in what she said was that's her real voice, that she had to, she couldn't leave, that she had to confront. And, John Yates for using the N word and, trying to silence a Black woman. Mm-hmm. Although, so this is a Black woman silencing other Black women. Okay, make sense. Okay. There's a lot to it. Mm-hmm. That was 2022. 2022 is when I became the target of a takedown that actually happened later that summer. That involved Nosy Whole Life's videos and someone impersonating Nosy Whole Life. Yeah. There's a lot to that. There's a lot to, there was this avatar that was created that showed up on April 4th and 5th, Tammy the Machine Robertson. How did that name come about? That name would have been that structure only after a conversation of a DM between myself and Danny Robertson. Mm-hmm. There's a lot to this. Mm-hmm. A lot to this. A lot of trolling, a lot of lies, a lot of vengeance, a lot of creations, a lot of impersonations, a lot of continued doxing, a lot of trauma, a lot of targeting. And this platform became something very, very different than it was before Danny Robertson came for vengeance. Okay. It's been a reign of terror. It has been. It's different. There were people involved back in 2020 that I haven't even mentioned that were part and parcel of the takedown, knew about it, wanted Nosy Whole Life out of the way. Mhm. There's a different or purpose outside of, you know, one why she was being targeted. Mhm. But somehow all of these people came together at some point in time. They did. Because there's dots that could be connected that show they were on the party line. They were all together, moving in tandem for a common goal and purpose. Things go way back to 2015. Mhm. Videos that were dug up and shown about Nosy Whole Life. Petition, the first petition created to take down Nosy Whole Life's videos was created by Black Rabbit in February when she came of 2021. Yeah. There's a lot to this. And so when somebody says, "Who's Monica?" There's a lot to catch up. Let me get rid of this. I've had it up on the screen. Where's my Christmas tree? I meant to bring it back up while I was talking because I really wasn't looking at it. For everything that I've said, I have a receipt. Everything. So I wouldn't be saying that. The things that I've said, that I wouldn't be able to, further explain and even go into what happened to me, why the talk about this, AI voice, all of it. Okay. And here we are right now. This individual who is anonymous, I am suing, and I've been going over the various counts. That lawsuit was initiated almost a year ago. Okay. Mhm. All of the people who have been talked about, who have been introduced their names, all these third parties that have been mentioned by Danielle in the lawsuit, she and them have had their own beef. I see my lawsuit right now as being a vehicle for her to vent, for her to put those names there so that they can be, a part of, at least on a record. This is a pattern. There's a lot to it. A lot to it. And anyone who has said anything, done anything to oppose her, they are targets. Mhm. It's just not like, all right, a one off. It's, get rid of their channels or strike them or, send police to their home or call their job or, you know, their friends and their families, whatever she needs to do to make life difficult, including doxing them. It's a pattern, it's a history, it's a repeated, it's a playbook. And by her having this anonymity, she can continue to do those things without being held accountable. That's why she wants to remain anonymous. She said it. It gives her power. Mhm. She said she can do things to others, but you can't do anything to me. And now, when confronted with an order from a United States district judge to give her identity, her legal name, and a postal address, and a deadline of the 15th, it was ghost on the 15th. It was ghost on the 16th. It was ghost on the 17th. Ghost to me is silence. And then it wasn't until the 18th that she responded in only the way that might be expected, is she filed a second, motion to stay her anonymity. Uh-huh. So when all of the people talk about and read her version, they leave out, because we're here now, they leave out what happened to the 15th. Any talk about compliance? Any questions? They don't ask because they know. It's all of these people afraid of her. So if people don't understand where this fear factor comes from, it comes from the fear of her doing something to them because she's anonymous, for her keeping people in line because there's a history of her keeping people in line. It's a tactic. It's real. It is absolutely real. It's fear. It's dominance. It's control the narrative. It's control what's there, because the truth, she doesn't want these videos played and what she's done. She only wants people to see the side of her. Okay? She brings up Daniel Elizabeth. There's a reason that she keeps bringing it up too. Maybe. I don't know. But she's listening to every word that I say, and she's formulating it with fear against her. She's saying she's afraid of harm. I'm in the lawsuit with her. There is no fear to be had from me. I've never, not once, threatened her. I'll use that word. Not once. Not once. But she's attaching third parties to me by way of this case and muddying. And this muddying has been going on since she's came into the case. She's trying to cross-contaminate, and that's what I'll call it, cross-contaminate a case with another plaintiff, Smith. Okay? This is her MO. So that the judge is spending time, wading through all of this. But she herself, who said, sue me, sue me, sue me, sue me, sue me, she didn't even want to be served. And by the way, let me clarify something real quick, Maggie. And this is, so I heard you say on your platform and with Cups, you keep saying that we're trying to get her name because she needs to be served, by Teddy. Served, like she's been served by Kimmy, you said, but you keep saying she's not been served. The alternate service. Well, take a look at the filings, the case. I was the first to be given the green light to serve Daniel Robertson through alternate service. It was in ECF 75 through her email. I was the first to serve her properly through her email as an alternate. So it's not to get her name for service. That has happened. Okay? And then Kimmy Smith petitioned her judge because down the hall, Teddy, Sabrina Evans, had gotten the green light to serve her after having shown cause for months and months and months that she was evading service. So the judge down the hall on the other floor could cite my case. Evasion. The history had already been built up. The work had already been done. The judge could see this. And after Ms. Smith petitioned her for the same defendant, her judge approved her to serve Danny Robertson too. Okay? That's what happened. The name, the legal name, it's about jurisdiction now. Service, that's happened. It's about jurisdiction. That's part of it. Service, jurisdiction. This is legal. The reason her name needs to be on record. The countdown, yeah. That's been an order. And if I want to put up a countdown to this or that, because I put a countdown to dates, even my date throughout this, that's what I'm doing. And then I talk about, other things related to my case. A clock shouldn't be seen as something that terrorizes someone, threatens someone. No, the judge has given her a date, and that date keeps moving. It's a clock. It is not done with malice. It's done because this is a record. This is documentation. If I wait a year, 2 years, when all of this is done, to then talk about it or document it, do you know how many days have passed? How many things have gone onto the docket? We're at 121 right now. It's about a pattern that goes way back. This is not something new. This is an individual who said that she will not be found. This isn't new. She has talked about her anonymity before all these people that she's putting in and saying that she's fearful. She planned this. It's on record. Her anonymity. She said layers have been put into place so that she will never be found. And if she is confronted, she would disappear. And if a person is questioned, they are going to deny her. This has been planned. This escape hatch. And she is going to do everything within her power. She's the defendant, to keep it that way. Just like people who, they come at different points, they don't know this history. The judge doesn't know it either, but the judge knows the law. And aside from whatever she's saying to try to attach me to third parties, the judge has already said, even if this or that were the case, there are things that need to be in order to take, this case to move forward as part of the law. Danielle Robertson isn't entitled, nor are others, look at the laws, to remain anonymous and participate in litigation. There's only a very narrow reasons why someone should remain anonymous. The judge has ruled on that, has looked at it, adopted ECF 75, lifted the stay, gave the order, and by choice, Danielle Robertson stayed mum, created music, created videos, sent in a filing on the 10th of December. She knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly what she's doing because there's a history that shows she's very, very aware. She said, I'm smart. She said it. She said she's going to get away with it. She said it. And no one's going to find her. She has said this. She has said she has plenty of money. Yeah. She said she doesn't need YouTube. Yeah. She said she has money coming in every week. Yeah. She has said, my Cash App, the one in question, Truth Teller Danny, but now comes along somebody else, John Doe, who said that's his Cash App. Okay. Not going to argue all of this morning, just to give you a little, how do we go from that to this? Maybe fill in some. There's so much filling in. There's so many people that have been touched by this individual with their own real grievances, with their own, wanting to get accountability from this individual, justice for themselves, for the lies, real lies that have been told that many people have witnessed. With multiple people helping them to move forward those lies. The doxing, the vengeance. And yes, even saying she won't be found. Yeah, that she's going to remain anonymous. Yeah. So clearly, there's a purpose here. That the judge doesn't know about. It's just, everybody has their right to due process. I've never said that. They don't. And that's where a lot of this is going to be, on the record. That's where I said it belongs. But some of this, yes, to clear up in a way that's, respectful. I can talk to Nancy. She can talk about me. That's fine. When I say talk about me, read the case, talk about the case, but that's fine. Yeah. But all I'm doing is correcting what I think should be corrected. And everybody's going to have their opinion. Even when she thinks it's, I listen to that it's stupid to put up the clock. Okay. But then she clarified and said, well, why does she think it is? This is her wording. Because she thinks it weakens the case. All right. That's your opinion. You have a case with Lady Letitia. Yeah. And you talk about her too. I'm just saying. Yeah. And when she said this or that weakens the case, is she's saying the part of cyberbullying, count or whatever, is why she doesn't put that in her case. Yeah. So everyone gets a chance to stylize or put the facts in their own case the way they want to. Yeah, because they want to win. And she said she puts fraud in because that happened to her. Yeah. Again, I don't know everything about that. Whatever happened to Miss Smith, she put that in her case. Privacy, harassment, copyright. As I remember, because I read it. There might be, there's other things. But there were 2 areas that she focused on, to put in her case. I'll say areas, but within those areas, there were, she wrote paragraphs about them and showed her, things that support her case too. But yeah, that should clear up something as well. Daniel Robertson has been served by now 2 plaintiffs here in Detroit. We're talking about jurisdiction, diversity. And this defendant knows that. I hope that cleared up some of, some things about Monica, some things about, how this person and why they came to YouTube. And there's so much, even though there's years of history in there. There's lots. We've seen it. We didn't even touch on Jaguar Wright. That's just there's so much. But the tactics are the same. Same thing. Yeah. Same thing. Yeah. Wave this kind of flag when they want to and wave a different flag. Yeah. When they want to, be this protector and this advocate or whatever they call themselves. For justice for women. All right. Y'all know what I've been reading in the counts. That's the side people don't know about. Yeah. So we'll see. And I'm sure they're recording it all. And saying, going to say things by me just talking about or giving commentary on this history. We could play the tapes. She has struck things. Not on this platform only, but all my social media. Facebook, Instagram, X. People don't know about that. Yeah. And so when she tells the judge, oh, this has been scrubbed, that's been concealed. Where's your stuff? Oh, I have it. I'm sorry, I forgot. This is Sunday. It's 10:22. I got some things to do, don't you? That rhymed. More Christmas music. I'm going to check my emails and I'll come out and look at your comments.
Dance, have a good time. Dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling, or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sanctuary. Doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart.
It's white outside and the night is cold. Everyone's lighting candles in their homes. Yes, it's Christmas. It's a magic time. You can feel it in the air, that every child got their hearts filled up with joy. Yes, it's Christmas all around. All snow is falling down, all the colored lights lighting up this town. And as I walk outside, hear the Christmas choir sing, Merry Christmas to you. This time of year is a time to cheer. Let our loved ones, our family and friends have a Christmas with so much love and with joy and laughter. Let us make memories that stay forever. It's Christmas today. All snow is falling down, all the colored lights lighting up this town. And as I walk outside, hear the Christmas choir sing, Merry Christmas to you. All snow is falling down, all the colored lights lighting up this town. And as I walk outside, hear the Christmas choir sing, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Oh, Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. All right, so that's going to do it for this broadcast. Although I am going to come out, look at your comments. We're going to wrap this up. It's almost 10:30. I appreciate all of you. Yeah, I tried to just, did I talk fast enough? I mean, people say I don't talk fast, but I think I just flew through that. But oh well. We could do a slow rain too, but I try to get in at least the skeleton out there. Okay. Yes. Happy holidays to everyone. Buzzball says Teddy Mods chat. Have a great Sunday. To my moderators. Yes. Still early enough to, go to worship. Yeah. Whether you stay inside and do that. Yeah. You can do it on television, or you can go out and do it, or you can just, do whatever you got to do today. Junebug, good morning, and Fiva, and Plotter, and I believe it's Plotter, Celia. What is done in the dark always comes to the light. I think so, for sure. We got Sharon's Kitchen, Smoke and Mirrors, yes. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with saying the train is coming to the station. It's not there yet. Someone said, yeah. UNWINEWITHTEDDY@gmail.com. I think I've said that. Let me just go up. Freebird Lee, thank you. You were one of the first in. We've got Melissa 37 is in the Bear Cave this morning. Thank you. And of course, Mimi Twin. Mimi's been around for a long time. She knows the history. Yeah. Everything that's done, it is with a purpose. This is not anything new. Has a long history. It's called She Said Chess, Not Checkers. So everything strategically, even the date when she responded. Now, not going to speculate, but look at the date. Okay. It didn't go on until Friday, right? Timing is everything. Didn't hit the docket. I didn't see it. 2 days next week to respond if I want to. That's not going to be seen. Next week is, for all intents and purposes, she knows I can remain anonymous. Yeah, I haven't heard a response from the judge, right? For another week, for another 2 weeks, this week included, because it was the start of this week, Monday. Well, we are actually into a new week. I think some people think Sundays. So 2-week block. Yeah. And most likely a 3-week block, because, the judge will be back from the holidays, get back, not just to this, but I would say that was a deadline. The judge is going to know that. That's probably going to get some attention. I don't know how. I don't know what. Yeah. All right. I just mean, look at the timing. This person knows exactly what they're doing. Okay. Follow me on all social media as Unwind with Teddy. Yes, there are a lot of videos that still make reference to all of this. My videos aren't up. I wasn't doing a lot with all about the tea, but just type in all about the tea or Monica unmasking, anything like that. There were a lot of people reporting on this. Yeah. And I know people say, oh, Barry 2021. Well, it's important, all of this. Yes, people can do their own research and work all of this out. Yeah. Themselves, the past history, the people in the sector. Yes. Even including the newbies, the people that have been on for a year. There's a lot that could be, talked about. You've been trying to tell Maggie all of this. I don't know how long you've been around. I didn't know you except for when you've been on her platforms, when we first became aware of you. Yeah. And that's not a bad thing to say. That's not fighting. That's not that. There's nothing to have a dispute about. These are facts. Yeah, it's facts. Because people want me to accept what they say is facts or an opinion. That's fine. We all have an opinion, and we all have our way of conveying our message. Yeah, and that's all. All of it's okay. And as long as it's, here, I try to do it respectfully. Yeah. Yeah. And somebody's still playing in somebody's face. Okay. Yay. You were the first one in. That's it. Always someone at the last minute. We've got predictions. All right. You think what the judge is going to do. All right. 48 hours. I don't know what the judge is going to do, but we are definitely going to find out something. Yeah. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to say just yet. I'm formulating, I'm looking, maybe something to show up this week, tomorrow, Tuesday. I don't know. Yeah. Check out Unwind with Teddy's community wall for updates. But now I got to go. Biggest bear hugs go out to each and every one of the Grizzlies and the Honey Bears. I'm glad I came on early. And I'm planning to come back, but keep your bear phones on. We'll see how today goes while I do other things. I hope you have a safe Sunday. I hope you have a great Sunday. That's going to do it for me. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Yeah. Good morning.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe. And I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. The snow is falling down and the storm is on its way. But as long as you're around, everything will be okay. 'Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself, in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Another year went by, but the difference this time is that ever since July, I've been happier than I have ever been. It's safe to say that my love for you is true. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself, in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. 'Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself, in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Whoa, oh, oh. La da da da, oh oh, la da da da, oh oh, la da da da, making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh. La da da da, oh oh, la da da da, oh oh, la da da da, making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree, and I've lit my house with Christmas lights. So you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love.
Thank you to for the five.
These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh. Da 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 da, oh oh oh, da 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 da, making our Christmas memories. Yes, these are the good times with you. Don't even care what we do if I spend it with you. Just you and nobody else. It's so good to see you again, to see you again. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire, chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, yeah. I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.